Hi, and welcome to the third video in our series of Path of Exile for the Casual Player. In this video we're going to talk about the main storyline. So what I wish I knew earlier on in the storyline is a couple things, and we'll walk these through just to share my experience. Your mileage may differ, but hopefully it's useful information for you. So first off, when you're going through passive points or king, you want to make sure you get all your passive skill points. You can check this in chat by typing /passives, and then if you go on the internet, you'll look for passive skills. You'll see all the list of the ones to make sure you don't miss any. So each character you want to make sure that you're playing with, you want to make sure you get all the passive points. And I think most people would recommend, I recommend this, especially if you're going to take a character to the end game, kill the bandits. There's an option when you collect a necklace, return it, do something else with another ring or something. Just kill everybody. Kill all the bandits, get your 2 passive points instead of just 1. So very key. Next thing is, when you're working on your strategy, try to pick attack. So decide early on if you're going to go with melee character with attack or spell. You can mix them, but usually if you're building a character at the end game, mixing the both can be difficult. There are options in the passive skill tree for being able to take damage from one and blending it to the other, so attack and spell become more consistent, but usually they're separate things. So be careful when it says increases attack when you're working with spells. And you'll see this in every attribute. It'll say, or every gem, it'll say, this is for attack or it's for a spell. So make sure you're aware of what's happening. You'll see it quickly in your attributes and your damage done that it's not taking effect, and you quickly don't know why. So look for that. And then also physical and elemental. You also should decide early on if you're going to go physical or elemental. Again, there's passive trees for blending these two, taking X% from physical and passing it to elemental. That's also very useful. But just make sure you're aware of it and you've got a strategy. And that you know if something says increasing physical and you're specializing in an elemental like cold or fire, you may not see a big boost. Another key point is, I recommend, and I think this is common across all character types, you should have at least a small energy shield. You can see with my barbarian character here, I've got a 450 energy shield, and then most of it is in life. There's certain things that you'll see with energy and spells that will hit your energy field first, drain it, but then your life will still be intact for be able to take physical damage. So having both means that you're not going to just be hit whammied with a one-shot. It's harder to get one shot by a character in that case. That's more for towards the end of the story, the main storyline, and towards the end game where you have to worry about that. But it's good to have that in mind, that you keep a small energy shield available as part of your character build-up. Other key point, resistance, resistance, resistance. So the more you can keep yourself, let's look at my character here. So this is my guy. He has not a lot of reduction in physical, 26%. His main thing, I put a lot of points into life regeneration. So if you look at my life regeneration here, where is it? I always forget where that is. Yeah, life regeneration, here it is, sorry. 450 life regeneration per second. So anyway, pretty high. It could even be higher. I wish it was higher. But means that if he gets hit, if I run away, I regenerate very quickly. And I can then hit a flask, get back up, and jump back into the fight again. So very, very useful. And then my resistances right now are max. I've still got to play with some of these to make sure I'm not overcompensating, and I can work on my gems. This character's already at end game, so he already has all the minus 60% in place as you lose that when you get into the end game mode. And then chaos resistance. You'll see a lot of characters, there's a lot of monsters that'll come in with poison or chaos damage, and then if you don't have anything there or you've got negative, you can die pretty quick. So this character, a lot of life regen, full resistance, a fair good physical reduction, and then his big thing, the barbarian, is speed. So I've tried to get as much as possible movement, a modifier so he can jump around very quickly, jump into a fight, hit for high damage with Molten Strike, across a wide area of monsters, and then jump back out again and heal. I'll walk through the flasks. So these are the flasks I collected so far. I'm still sorting this out, but bleeding is something that you've got to worry about. I've got my passive skill for him. I found in the tree a no maim, so I'm immune to maiming, but I can't find an immune to bleeding, and bleeding can be horrific because once you get hit, you'll just start losing hit points unless you can hit a flask. So I've got this one to removes bleeding and recover quite quickly. Bunch of life, reduce damage taken, reflect to attackers, remove poison. This is a good one, lots of armor addition, and then chance to block, attack, and spell over a 5-second window. So that's very useful because a lot of battles much less shorter than 5 seconds. And then chaos resistance increase, leeching chaos damage. I do have some chaos damage I deliver as part of this character, as you can tell, because I've got my corruption occurring there on myself, so that helps. And then I need to have something that's going to give me some mana. Even though the mana recharge is not bad, but I don't use a lot of it, but I need to have somewhere when I'm in a big battle. So you need to kind of play this out as you're going. But I think it's easier for me anyway, a lot less keystrokes if I have a lot of life regen, jump in quickly with a jump attack, hit my Molten Strike, and then jump back out again. So being able to move very quickly around and hop between monster groups is very, very useful. So that leads us to leap dash. So everybody needs this. Every character needs a leap dash or jump away skill, not only for going through the labyrinth when you're trying to get to your ascendancy points, which you probably may have already tried already, but also if you're looking at strong boxes, you can click on a strong box, or the monsters that are in the frozen state where you got to triple click on the middle guy and then jump away. So set your totems, triple click, set your curses, and then jump away very quickly before you get attacked by the mob, and then take them out one by one from the outside. So make sure you have that skill also in place. And then what I found very fun to do is with different characters, because you can resort, you've got orbs of regret, you've got some refund points. You can play with the skill tree, so you can find a unique item that you want to use and build around it and try to build a specialty. So that, especially with the gems that you can put in, gem sockets, you can find a special unique gem to build around. And something else I recommend, it's very easy to say, well, I'll just go to the internet, someone else has already done this, I'll just follow what they did. I recommend don't do that yet. Play around pretty well every character. I have not yet had a character that I could not take to endgame, past the Kativa final scene in the act. And I may die along the way, that's fine, that happens. But it's a lot more fun trying to see what works, what doesn't work. Put on a new gem, find a new armament, find a new unique item from another character and give it to someone who's just starting out. So a lot more fun doing that than trying to just build from something. Again, don't build Lego from the instruction manual. Build your Lego because you enjoy Lego and you like to see what you can build yourself. So that's it for the main storyline. I'm not going to walk through anything around it. You've probably played it already, but these are the points that I found would have helped me quite a bit as I was going through to make sure I focused right. And things would have happened more logically without me being surprised when I set an attribute or did something that had different effects than I expected. So, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.